Okay, morning all. Next we're going to look at chapter 20 today of percentages, and just should be a bit shorter this one. So we'll just have a look at some of the questions here if you need guidance. First question is find the given percentage of 40. That's this question we're doing here. So you should know by now percentages and what they are, what you do to numbers to make them work. So 50%, you divide it by 2 to get 20. For 25%, you divide it by 4 to get 10. For 20%, you divide it by 5 to get 8. And 10%, you divide it by 10 to get 4. Just remember again, you're working out how many of that number you can fit in the number 100. So you can fit two 50s in 100. So you divide by 2, 4 25s into 100 to divide by 4, etc. Okay, just move those. Question 2, find the given percentage of 200 euros. So this is a slightly bigger number here, but it's the same principle. 200 divided by 4 for 25% is 50, divided by 5 is 40 euros. 30% is a bit trickier. So what I would do is work out 10% of 200 euros, which you know by moving the decimal point is going to be 20 euros because it's going to move the decimal point to the left. Okay, so you've got 10% is 20 euros, then 30% is going to be 60 euros. Same for the final one, 40%. You know 10% of it is 20 euros. You move the decimal point to the left. So 40% times 20 euros is 80 euros. Okay, Crystal. Next one, finding the discounted price. So if you know the price was 45 euros, you want to know what 20% of that is. There's two ways you can do it. Well, I think the main way is to just work out what 45 divided by 5 is. Okay, I'll put your pen on again there. So hopefully you know by now in your tables that it is 9 euros. Okay, you can do it the long way if you want and say find out 10%, which is 4.5, and then times it by 2 to make it 9. Okay, so that's always another way to do it. But your final answer there is 36%. Going to number 4, we've got a price increase, 200 euros. It's gone up 5%. This is, again, straightforward. You know that if it was 5% of 100, it would be 5 euros. So 5% of 200 will be 10 euros, and you add it on to get 210 euros. Next one, what percentage is 20 of 50? So you might not have seen this type of question before, but all you got to do is convert the fraction 20 over 50 into, we can turn it into like a bigger fraction like 40 over 100. Remember, percentages are all about what part of 100 it is. So we double the bottom number and we double the top number to make it equivalent. So therefore it's 40%. Okay. Question 6. What percentage is 3 of 12? Well, you've got a big fraction here and you've got to try and simplify it. So if you simplify the top number, okay, into 1, then the bottom number, you divide that by 3, okay, because you've reduced that by a third, so you do that one by a third as well. That's 25%, okay. Let's close that. Then over here, next question. Sarah's going to run 10 kilometers. She's covered 20% of her journey. How many kilometers does she have left? So you're just going to work out what 80% of the 10 kilometers is. So that's an easy one. You just know it's 8 kilometers basically. If we move along a bit to the next question, question 8. This time Manuel's going to run 8 kilometers. Oliver's going to run 25% further. So you've got to add 25% onto 8. Hopefully you know already that 25% of 8 is 2. So your answer is 10 kilometers. Next page, how long is the journey to school? So you know if this whole line is 100% and this 50 meters is 10%, then you got to work out what 90% is. So it's very simple. You just know that if 10% is 50, then 100% would be 500. Okay, moving along a bit. You can do it with the rest of them as well, the same thing. So I don't need to go through it individually, but they are the answers if you need to check when you've finished. This one's trickier. You've got these middle numbers here, and you've got to work out the numbers in either side. So if the middle number here is 7, the total of these two numbers here has got to add up to 7, this number and this number. So it's a case of just putting numbers in and see which works. In this example, we've got 4 and 3 here. Then if you've got a 7 between here, if you know that one's 4, then that one must be 3. And you just fill in the other ones. If that one's 3 and this is 8, you know this one must be 5. So there's a kind of a pattern there, and you work it out for all of them. The good news is the last 2 pages you can't really do, because we're not together as a class. We can't do these surveys on the whiteboard, so you can leave these 2 blank, and that's it for your maths today, really. So thank you very much. Hope you found this useful, and I'll just go slowly through the answers again so you can see them all. This is page 1. Okay, make it a bit smaller there, and this is page 2. Wow, I went a bit quick, but you saw it anyway. Okay, thank you very much, everybody, and I will just stop this video now. Thank you.